There are so many incredible animals in our natural world. Every day we learn more and more about them. We get to see what amazing things they can do that we could never even dream of doing ourselves. From super strength to speed to intelligence, there's just so much to marvel at. Sometimes these animals amaze us by being able to do something we didn't know any other animal could do, like this sloth. Yep, you heard that right. This little guy can actually hold his breath for up to 40 minutes. That is a really long time. It turns out he's not the only one who can do this. Other sloths can do it too. But how is this possible? Why can this little guy do this? And why don't humans have this ability? Well, today we're going to be talking about why sloths can hold their breath underwater for such a long time. And I think you'll be surprised by some of the things they can do. If you love learning about the natural world and seeing amazing animals, make sure to subscribe so you never miss an exciting episode. Now let's get into it. You may be wondering why we're talking about sloths holding their breath underwater. After all, they live in trees, right? They don't spend a lot of time in the water. Well, you're right. But because they move so slowly on land, they actually spend quite a bit of time in the water. Plus, they need to stay underwater while they're sleeping at night, because if a predator can sense their movement on land, they're basically toast. So sloths hang upside down in the water while they're sleeping. And in order to do this, they need to be able to hold their breath for a long time. In fact, sloths can hold their breath underwater for up to 40 minutes at a time. To put this into perspective, the average dolphin can only hold its breath underwater for about 10 minutes. Of course, there are some dolphins that can hold their breath for longer than this, but this is generally true for most dolphins. So sloths can literally spend 4 times longer underwater than a dolphin can. But why can sloths do this? Well, it has to do with their heart rate. When sloths hang upside down in the water, their heart rate slows down dramatically. In fact, their heart rate can slow down to just 6 beats per minute. To put this into perspective, the average human heart rate is between 60 and 100 beats per minute. So sloths can literally slow their heart rate down to 1/10 of what it normally is. This means that sloths don't need to take nearly as much oxygen when they're underwater. And because they don't need as much oxygen, they can stay underwater for a much longer time. It's not just their heart rate that slows down either. Their breathing also slows down. When sloths are on land, they typically breathe about every 30 seconds. But when they're underwater, they can go as long as 10 minutes without breathing. All of these things combined allow sloths to spend a very long time underwater. But it's not just for sleeping either. Sloths use this ability to escape predators both on land and in the water. When a sloth hangs upside down in the water, it's very difficult for a predator to grab them and eat them. Even if a predator manages to grab onto a sloth can keep its eyes closed and essentially play dead until the predator lets go. And because sloths are so slow-moving, predators often get bored and decide not to eat them, which means the sloth gets to live another day. So the next time you see a sloth, remember that these little guys are much more than meets the eye. They are actually highly skilled escape artists who can hold their breath underwater for up to 40 minutes at a time. Now it's time for you to make your voice heard. Sloths vs. Dolphins. Who do you think would win in a fight? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe so you never miss an exciting episode. We've got lots more where this came from. Thanks for watching. See you next time.